Airways Cup. Mr. Prudent, Damien Oliver's ride in the Melbourne Cup. So Damien will be watching that with a great deal of interest. He'll be joining us shortly at $14. County Tyrone 75, Piace 28, Another Warrior 26, Comforts 23. I've got a feeling Legible short. Rose Archway 9, Moonee $13 as we go over the page. 23 for Flying Chance, Del Vecchio 10. Well, Frightening is the one that's the big surprise at $3.80 for Bart Cummings, $4.50 in Sydney. Serpentire 20, Lord Erin 33, Schumpeter at 48, Legible favourite at $3.40, and Dominic Prince the Emergency getting a run at $230. So at the moment on the total, Legible and Frightening are dominating. Ken Callender in the ring.
Yeah, pretty much the same in the ring, Bruce, although Legible is a clear-cut favourite. They clashed, of course, last Saturday at Caulfield with Frightening winning and Legible not getting a run. But today, Legible's got 4.5 kilos the better of the weights, and I think form students, they'll all be on Legible. But let's look at the prices to the top. Old Mr. Prudent, getting ready for another Melbourne Cup, is at $14. County Tyrone, Loves the Mud, should handle Moonee Valley well at $20. Piace 13, Another Warrior 13, and Comforts 13. I think Another Warrior is the value of those three. Badger's Wood is out. Rose Archway $12, Moonee 12, Flying Chance $13. A little bit of money for Del Vecchio as I speak. Bring him into $10. Frightening $4.50, just out of tad. $5 each way odds Frightening in the ring. $18 Serpentire, Lord Erin at 30, 18 Schumpeter. Legible, a hot favourite, but you can back it. I'll just have another peep. Yep, you can get plenty of $3. 2 to 1 in the old language, $3 for Legible, and Dominic Prince, he's at 100 to 1, and so he should be.
Ken, thanks for that, and everybody going for Legible, who needs to run in the first three to qualify for the Cup, along with Frightening and about a handful of other horses. The start here for the Cathay Pacifics, 2,500 metres, and they have a run along the school side of the course and then go past the Cox Plate, start up the straight. Both Legible and Frightening have drawn well. They've drawn in about 6 and 3 respectively. Well, yes, Pacific Airways Cup. Damien, you went down to 13th Beach near Leopold this week on Tuesday and rode Mr. Prudent in track work, decided to ride him in the Cup.
That's right, Bruce. Yeah, he certainly doesn't feel like a 9-year-old, and George races him sparingly, and the atmosphere down there at Leopold and the beach he really loves.
Do you give him a chance in this race?
I'd just like to see him be running on. I don't know if Moonee Valley's really his track. I think Flemington suits him better, but he'll settle back and hopefully be running home nicely.
Well, County Tyrone hasn't won since the Queensland Derby in 2002.
No, ran second to Honor Babe in the Sydney Cup. He's been unsuited in every race he's been in this preparation. A lot of weight, Bruce. Placed best for mine.
Piace won the Brisbane Cup this year. His run in the Fian was pretty good last start, just beaten a couple of lengths in the winning edge.
Yeah, certainly the slow pace in the winning edge didn't suit this horse at all. Again, up in the weights, I'm sure the connections would like to see him running home strongly at the end of the race. Not sure he can win the race, Bruce.
Another Warrior you rode last start, Damien. He didn't seem to have much luck in the Quincy handicap.
He didn't. He was in amongst them, and it was a muddling run race. So if it's more genuine tempo today, I expect it to suit him better.
He'd been placed at Group 3 level over the 2,200 metres, and OK run, I thought, last start. A little hope.
Comfort, 7th in the Metrop. That doesn't look all that good a form, to be truthful, but he did win the Newcastle Cup before that.
I watched the Metrop, Bruce. It was very wet by the stage that Comforts went around in it. I'd forgive the run completely. Newcastle Cup, look, just a fluke at hope at best.
Rose Archway, you know very well. 6 is scratch, 7 Rose Archway. Damien, you rode her to win the Dubai International at Caulfield 3 starts back, and she's coming through the Caulfield Cup.
Excellent run in the Caulfield Cup, Bruce. She was off the track all the way, and if she's backed up well from that run, if that hasn't taken too much out of her, she's in with a good chance today.
Yeah, got to check as well before being pushed wide on the home turn there, Dane, and I thought it was a terrific run there.
Danny Nicolica, we saw a moment ago going around on Lonro, or supposedly Lonro. He's on Moonee here. She's a Queensland Oaks winner in reasonable form. Craven Plate, 3rd to Shower of Roses.
This is a filly who I think's form is better than it looks on paper, and she won the Queensland Oaks, as you said, but not a bad run behind Shower of Roses in the Craven Plate, and just kept going to the one strong bat. I reckon she's a little blowout chance here.
Flying Chance, number 9. This was a good run in the Metrop. Gee, it covered some ground, and this hung on really well. Colin Alderson's a very good trainer of stays.
Yeah, drew 16 in the Metrop, and that's where he stayed out 4 wide the entire race, and just kept going. I don't know whether he can repeat the dose here. The Metrop, for me, has turned into a fairly average race, Damien.
Yeah, it has fallen away in recent years, and although this horse has got... I beat him here a few starts ago, and it was a good run that day, so you look for horses that have got good form at Moonee Valley, and he's got some chance.
Del Vecchio, now number 10, on pace. Not bad at Cranbourne in the Cup.
No, he had to chase the leader there. He likes leading himself, but he was forced to do the chasing at Cranbourne. Normally they drop out when they do that, but he held on very well. Again, up in class. Just a place. Maybe a fluke is hope of winning, actually.
Frightening was terrific in the Coon. She's got Bart Cummings just jumping up in distance here, but he's sort of the fresh, interesting horse on the scene, Damien.
He is. He's untried at this distance, but if anyone can get him to run it, it'll be Bart. And, you know, he's once again got good form here at Moonee Valley, and that's what you look for, horses that have performed here.
And acceleration, Damon, how important in staying races?
It is. It's a good sign. I just noticed he's out of a Nassapore mare, which was the sire of the great Let's Elope, so he's got a bit of staying pedigree on the dam side.
Wonder what Serpentine can stay, St Leger and all of that, but just wonder whether he can quicken enough.
Yeah, one-paced horse and just a place for mine.
Lord Erin wasn't all that bad last start. We're talking about 13 Lord Erin. He was out of the placings in the Coonji, but didn't have a whole lot of luck.
No, not so well weighted here, though, and it is a handicap, Bruce. I think he had to come from last, of course, last start, but I think the handicap has got him.
Now, Schumpeter at 14. Now, you rode this at Sandown, Damien, 3 starts back where he ran third over 1,800.
Yeah, he probably lacks a little bit of class, Bruce, but he's got no weight on his back, 51 kilos, and, you know, he's been sort of... This is a sort of race he could be competitive in. It's just below the top tier, so he won't be far away.
And blew the start at Caulfield.
Here's the key to the race, legible. Zabil mare, 4-year-old, very good all the way through. Forget last start, and so well weighted.
Yeah, extraordinarily well weighted, not just against Frightening, but other horses who ran in the Coonji. She meets them all better. Look, she just never got out. She never got a look in for the last 1,000 metres of the race. As the Zabil mare, as you say, everything's right. We've seen her win here at Moonee Valley very impressively. She's got great acceleration. I think she's nearly a good thing.
Yeah, I'm with Turfy. I think she looks hard to beat. 49. She's got a postage stamp on her back, and you know, she's drawn well. She never got a crack at him at all the other day, and with that she's had an easy run leading into this. So with even luck, she'll be very hard to beat.
And Dominic Prince gets a run with the scratching of Badger's Wood.
$229 on the tote, Bruce, and I reckon that's unders.
No value, you think. Well, that means that Turf doesn't give that horse much of a chance. Gerald Ryan's got Moonee in this, but he's got Clang-a-Lang in the Carlton draft. Cox Plate, he's with Peter Donegan.
This gentleman experienced his biggest moment in racing in the AJC Derby in the autumn. Gerald Ryan, if you win today, that would just about top it, I'd say.
Yeah, it probably would be. You know, this is probably the weight rates championship of Australia, and only good horses win it. He's a good horse. Whether he's good enough to win a Cox Plate or not, we'll find out later.
Is it a good position for you to go in? Because really there's no pressure on you. Everyone's expecting Lonray to win.
Yeah, no, it's a good position. I don't know whether I can handle the pressure about having Lonray in a race like this, but no, I think pressure is only what you want to put on yourself, and I'm happy with the horse. The horse has done nothing wrong. He's travelled down, he's settled in, he's worked well in here during the week, and I'm quite happy with him.
They say every cloud has a silver lining. At one stage it looked as though he wouldn't be taking part in the spring because you had a setback with him, but it didn't last very long.
Yeah, you know, 5 or 6 weeks ago to give his joint a bit of a twist. He's probably blown a bit out of proportion in the media. That he only missed 1 day's work, and then he had about 3 days swimming, and then he was back on track, and nothing's gone wrong since with him.
So finally, is there one word that you would describe your attitude going into the race? Is it confident? Is it hopeful? What would it be?
I'm pretty confident the horse will run well. So in one word, confident.
Best of luck.
Thanks, Pete.
So if you like Clang-a-Lang, Gerald Ryan is giving you a leg up there. They're on the way to the post for the Cup today. A lot of these horses trying to not only win the $250,000 that's up for grabs, but also to get into the Melbourne Cup. People having fun on and off the track at the Valley. Damien Oliver, who has the best record in this race of any jockey in history, having won the event on 4 occasions. Bart Cummings has got 3, which is equal to any other trainer. Just in recent years, this race has developed into a pretty good guide for the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, I think in recent years, Bruce, it's sort of taken over from Derby Day as a classic lead up into the Melbourne Cup. 9 days to the Melbourne Cup. It's just a nice timing sort of thing, and the 2,500 is a nice distance for their final lead up for the Cup.
And George Hanlon obviously likes the method, Bruce. I think he's had 4 runs coming into today's race, Mr. Prudent. He ran in the same 4 races last year before the Moonee Valley Cup, and of course going on to run that outstanding second.
Let's go down to the ring and find out if all the money has been for legible. King Calendar.
Yeah, it sure has, Bruce. They put up $3. They took that. They took the $2.80, and now they're taking the $2.70. On the other hand, Frightening is out in the market, and you can get $7 Frightening.
Chief Frightening's out to 6 to 1, basically, $7. So at 5.30 it's unders. It'll probably drift out and big money for Legible. Yes, Mr. Prudent, third last year in this race and second in the Cup. The pace is always a key to a staying race. It's you want it to be at a good, solid clip. We saw Mummified go straight to the front in the Cup last week. Mr. Prudent, he'll probably get back, won't he?
He will, Bruce. I think you'd be looking for a horse like Domineer Prince. You could back him to be past the winning post the first time. So but I don't know if he'll be there the second time, but he should ensure a genuine tempo and hopefully make it an even run race and give everything its chance.
And when you're on a mare like Legible with no weight, do you take advantage of that and push forward?
I think so. It's important with no weight on your back to get a good position and give yourself a trouble-free run and make the others carry their weight.
John Metz out there behind the barrier. John, it's blowing up a bit. There's a fair bit of breeze about, but still no rain. And how does Legible look to you?
Actually, Bruce, I'm over the other side, but I did have a look at Legible when it went out onto the track and looked very, very good in condition. It's been very, very well turned out by Brad Mazzato, and I do expect this mare to run very, very well. She's if she wins this, well, she's going to go into the big ones over the Spring Carnival, isn't she?
No doubt about that. So 270. So a number of these horses are trying to qualify for the Melbourne Cup by running in the first three here, and they include Legible and Frightening. They're not fully qualified. They've got to run in the first three in this, the Cathay Pacific Airways Cup, as we join Sport 927 caller Brian Martin.
Now we're just about ready as Piaget is taken to the gate, and they'll be ready for the Gold Cup. Now they're set. Stand up. Racing. Left in a good line too. One of the first out in the middle is Rose Archway. Bounced very quickly here with Moonee. Away well as Comforts on the outside and Flying Chance and Legible are prominent over on the inside from Del Vecchio, County Tyrant, and further back Domineer Prince. But Moonee's going to cross over and lead around the first turn. 2,200 metres out at led now from Rose Archway. Flying Chance the middle. Comforts out wide, followed by County Tyrant. Legible back fifth on the inside of Serpentire and Del Vecchio deep. Then Domineer Prince and further back Frightening one off the fence. Schubert 3 out from Lord Erin. Going back as another warrior from Mr. Prudent and Piaget. Coming down towards the winning post with a lap to go, and Moonee striding out by a good 2 lengths to Rose Archway, and Flying Chance has got up on the inside third. Comforts went off the fence fourth. Legible fifth on the inside of County Tyrone. 2 to Serpentire, 2 to Domineer Prince on the outside of it, Del Vecchio. They're followed further back by Frightening and Lord Erin. Del Vecchio out 3 deep. So is Schubert, followed by another warrior, Mr. Prudent the fence. 2 to Piaget last of all. They're inside the 1600 and down the side, and Moonee just off the rail, nearly a length and a half in front. Second in the race, Rose Archway. Third the inside, Flying Chance. A length further back, Comforts and County Tyrone's pulling a little out 3 deep. Domineer Prince over on the inside from Legible, one off the fence, back in the centre. It's running 7th, followed by Serpentire. Then Lord Erin further back, Frightening. Del Vecchio having no luck getting on the track. A length further back, Mr. Prudent, followed by another warrior taking off. Then Schubert and Piaget last of all. 11.50 out down the back of the Gold Cup, and the leader still is Moonee just over a length to Rose Archway, and here's another warrior whipping around the outside, and another warrior brings the speed into the race to go up and head off Moonee as they've gone to the 1,000, a length and a half. Rose Archway ridden along, then came County Tyrone fourth, fifth is Flying Chance. Legible back in the middle, the inside of it, Comforts and Serpentire out wide, then Frightening getting to the outside from Domineer Prince, Lord Erin, Mr. Prudent, Del Vecchio, Schubert and Piaget at the 600 metre mark, and here's Legible putting it a run with a lightweight. She's sweeping around the outside and she's gone up to hit the front. Legible out deep has hit the front from another warrior. Then County Tyrone, Rose Archway dropping out, Moonee and Frightening getting out. Legible, he's pulled the whip at 3/4, another warrior. Frightening to the outside is coming with a run now. Frightening is going after Legible at the 300 when they turn. Then another warrior on the outside. Frightening's gone up to Legible, took the lead from another warrior. Then County Tyrone, Lord Erin and Del Vecchio. Frightening in front at the 180 metre mark. It's sprinted away. 2 lengths in front of Legible, another warrior. County Tyrone and Lord Erin, and further back Mr. Prudent, but Frightening racing towards the Melbourne Cup is going to win by 2 lengths. Second is Legible, third County Tyrone, and those in front of another warrior. Then Lord Erin, Del Vecchio, Mr. Prudent. Again Rose Archway, Piaget, Schubert. Further back in the race then came Serpentire, along get Domineer Prince. Moonee knocked right up, so did Flying Chance, and Comforts has walked home last of all.
First trainer ever to win the Moonee Valley Cup on 4 occasions today under the sponsorship of Cathay Pacific Airways. I'm talking about Bart Cummings. He's won 11 Melbourne Cups. and 6 Caulfield Cups and now 4 Moonee Valley Cups, and Frightening has raced his way into the Cup now with a legitimate chance. Legible, well, she went a long way from home and was left a sitting shot, and she hung on pretty well, and probably County Tyrone has got third, but they were often running at about the 600 here. Legible and Frightening has got it as we stop it here, and let's have a look. Here's Frightening for Greg Childs, and for Bart Cummings, Legible. And I want to show you Mr. Prudent. That's the horse that Damien is going to ride in the Melbourne Cup. So Frightening here, about to take over.
Classic ride by Greg Childs. Even if you go back further than that, Bruce, he just stalked Legible the whole way, and he just outstayed Legible there, I think. The mare just struggled to run the 1.5 miles.
49.5 kilos, Damon. She cruised to the lead, and at one stage it was going to win by 4, but you're right, she started to paddle too far out from home to be happy about that for next week.
Yeah, you couldn't have been happy. As you said, you couldn't put enough on her at the 600, but you got another furlong, and Frightening was just breathing down her neck, and he just outstayed her in the end.
County Tyrone is third, and fourth is another Warrior. What about Mr. Prudent? He's probably run 7th or 8th, which is he was third last year. He's the widest horse in the screen as we look now.
He was under pressure a fair way out, Bruce, but he stuck to his task really well, and he's probably been only beaten about 3 lengths, so goes well for the 2 miles at Flemington.
And another Warrior having his first start over 2,500 metres. He's fought on really well as well, because he wasn't that well weighted today, another Warrior.
Well, Greg Childs has got one of the great modern records in the Cox Plate. 7 rides, 2 wins, and hasn't finished further back than 4th, except when he got relegated on Let's Alone. And today he's won the Cup, and he's with John Letts.
Greg, what about the Cafe Pacific Gold Cup and at Moonee Valley? What a great win by Frightening.
Yeah, it was a good one. Good staying effort. Bart's got this horse really going well, and Reg and Joe, they're doing the work. The horse is just coming right at the right time.
Greg, we did see him last time out. He drew bad at Caulfield and he won. Today he drew inside. He's a great big horse. Were you worried about your inside gate before the jump?
I was a little, but I knew I had to be off and scouting out once I started making my run up to school. And we spoke about that, and I was in a position where I was able to get out and follow Legible up and push another horse out of my way to be able to track up and follow Legible. We had the advantage on Legible because we were always going to have the last crack at it. Even though it only had a light weight, I was pretty confident of getting to it, and I got to it quite easily, and we won well.
October, November, 2,500 metres today, 3,200 next week. Bart Cummings, he just does it every time, doesn't he?
Yeah, Bart's a legend, and I'm pleased to be part of the team at the moment.
Congratulations, Greg, and a great ride. Thanks.
Well, Doc, we talked about this last week, like Kingston Rule, after he won the Coonji, and we talked about the Cup, and you said you're not suggesting he'd win the Melbourne Cup. I wasn't at the time. I'm starting to think about it. He drops from 53 to 50. Now, Greg Childs can't ride him, Damien, so at 50 kilos, this would be a pretty good pickup for a jockey in the Melbourne Cup right now.
You're not wrong. If you're able to ride 50, I'll be straight on the dog and bone to Bart. But he may not... the question mark is there whether he can stay or not, but just the fact that he's trained by Bart Cummings is just a huge plus.
How remarkable is Bart? He's won more Melbourne Cups, twice as many Melbourne Cups as anyone, more Caulfield Cups than anyone, and today he's now on his own with 4 Moonee Valley Cups, Cafe Pacific Cups.
See, the forgotten statistic there, Bruce, Bart has quinelled the Melbourne Cup 5 times. That is an extraordinary figure.
Well, he's got Strasbourg as well in the Cup, and he may have another or 2, but right now, Peter, Bart is going to be there on the first Tuesday of November. That makes us all happy.
Yes, well, it's all very familiar that Bart's going to be there on that day, and he's with me now. Bart, that was some sort of Melbourne Cup trial.
Well, it was a good staying effort. That's all. All the test was about where he could stay, and he put that beyond that anyway.
3,200 metres the way he hit the line today, you wouldn't think would be a problem for him.
I hope not. I think he's all right.
How does he stack up with the horses that you've had in the past going into the Cups, Bart?
They're all different. This one's just on the way up. He's come good at the right time. He's nicely weighted, so it is a handicap over 2 miles, so the lightweights have got a bit of an advantage, you know. And he's just qualified for the race, so it just worked out right at the right time.
And you've made a little bit of history today because you're the first man to train the Moonee Valley Cup winner 4 times.
Is that right?
Yeah, congratulations.
I've got to look ahead.
Thanks, Bart.
Isn't he the master of the... He's just irreplaceable. They should never run a Melbourne Cup without Bart having a horse in it. And we've got at least one here. He was asked about Lonhro, Bart. He said he's the best weight for age horse at the moment. They usually win this race, the Cox Plate, and that's saying it all. Bart Cummings, what a day for him. Frightening winning the Cathay Pacific's Airways Cup. Next up, the Carlton Draft Cox Plate.